G'day everyone, hope you're all enjoying the stories. Mine is called Jesus and the Roman Centurion, and it follows the life of Jesus, his birth, ministry, death and resurrection, as well as the life of Marcus, who is the name that I've given to the Roman centurion that professes truly this was the Son of God as Jesus dies on the cross. And so the story opens with this big view of Rome and a little bit of an explanation of who Rome is, who Caesar is, and then it's contrasted by Jesus and his birth and the humble way in which Jesus is born in a manger while Caesar is being worshipped pretty much as a god. And then we meet Marcus, who is a young Roman, and he sees how great Rome is and he wants to be part of that. And so he trains, and then when he grows up, he joins the army and he goes off into battles and wars and he fights to make Rome greater. That's contrasted by Jesus, who grows up and does what his father does. He becomes a carpenter, but then he begins a ministry and he's helping people and he's healing them and he's telling them about his father. We can already see the contrast between these two lives. And then one day the centurion has to sack a village that has been disobeying Rome. It's meant to be a pretty grim and dark and sad sort of scene. And it ends with this idea that Caesar is insisting that the people must be punished for not following the rules. And then on the other hand, we see Jesus, who does a really special miracle where he doesn't just heal somebody, but he forgives them of their sin. And this is something that we know that only God can do. And so we've put in some hypostatic union language there as well, along with this statement of faith that with God nothing is impossible. And then the next few sections kind of serve to move the plot around. They continue to explore Marcus's character a little bit as he comes home and he hears about Jesus. Jesus goes before Pilate for trial, and then these two stories meet, and the centurion is at the foot of the cross and Jesus is there, and they have that incredible moment where Jesus cries out his last breath. He says it is finished, and the Roman centurion says truly this was the Son of God. And then we have the resurrection and a section of text that serves to summarize a bunch of these ideas and themes. And I wanted to really pull out these contrasting ideas and especially look at this idea of power and punishment versus God's power and the way that he uses his power not to punish but to be merciful and kind to others. There are a few soteriology models that I took inspiration from, and I wanted to try and include them in a way that was a little bit more unique and nuanced than the penal substitutionary atonement method that I'm more used to hearing. And then it ends with a statement of faith that we can participate in this kind of resurrection hope because of what Jesus has done. If we believe in God, then we can share in this hope. So that's my book. Enjoy the rest of them. Sorry I can't be there with you, and blessings.